So anyway, as I told you guys about the government thing, about my dad trying to get the money to help build his house because the house was badly affected by the natural disaster or something like that, and they got it for like this specific natural disaster or whatever, right? So anyway, when it comes down to it, I came up with a great idea to get like an inspector to come to the house and inspect the house, pretty much. So that didn't really work out the way I thought it was gonna work out, because the inspector is saying that they can't tell if it happened during the natural disaster or not, which is actually kind of let me down. I mean, I have a feeling that they couldn't, but it kind of let me down because that's the only reason why I got him up in there. So it didn't really go the way I thought it was gonna go. Another thing that happened is that I was trying to help my father really, really bad. So because of trying to get it to, they expected to get everything, absolutely everything right about the house. And excuse me, what happened is that they were like kind of nitpicking and all that stuff. So I was talking about the AC. Okay, so the AC didn't turn off the way it's supposed to turn off. It didn't turn on the way it's supposed to turn. I mean, it turned on, but it doesn't turn off. So let's just say that if your house is at 78 degrees, of course the air conditioner is going to turn off if your house turn on if your house is at 78 degrees, but you got it set to 77, so it's going to have to try to reach 77 and turn off. Right? But the problem with this AC is that even when it reaches that degree, there's a 9 out of 10 chance it doesn't turn off, right? And sometimes it doesn't reach that degree at all. I mean, technically it's freezing cold. It can get freezing cold in the house, and AC will stay on for like 12, 15, 16, whatever, straight hours, right? And that is a very, 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 very long time for AC to stay on, because at that point it's probably like 50 degrees in the house, but the thermometer is saying like it's 78 degrees still, right? So anyway, I was talking to the inspector. I told him about that, right? The inspector didn't believe me. So my dad jumped in. He said, "Oh, the house does get cold? It does?" So anyway, I'm going to paint a picture. He's sitting down in the chair on the left side of me, and he's sitting up there sleeping. Because when you got a person that's coming to your house to look at your house, you're supposed to be asking them questions. You're not supposed to be questioning your daughter like she's lying or something, right? So anyway, that's just one of a few issues. I guess the inspector did something else. Like, the inspector didn't believe me, all that stuff. I even bought my dad a heater blanket because he kept complaining about how cold it was over the years. Like, that's how bad it is in the house. You need to have a heater blanket. And not only that, because he has like 3 blankets on his bed. So it's ridiculous. So he pretended like he didn't know what, I was talking about. So it's not just that issue, it's multiple issues. I told my dad, and I told him nicely, I didn't like that. I didn't like how you were just going against me on a few things, against your own house. Actually, when the guy's supposed to be inspecting your house, you need to be straightforward and legit with him, and not, because you sitting up there, I'm trying to help you, and then you coming against me. I didn't like that. I told him straight up, I didn't like that. So anyway, he dismissed me. So I actually made sure that he actually understood that, because he kept dismissing me. He kept saying, "Oh, well, you supposed to do it. You supposed to do it. You supposed to do it." I actually got pissed and I actually started yelling. Not at the same moment, but later on that night, I actually got pissed and I started yelling. So that's one fight, right? And then another fight, I can't remember what it was. Oh, no. That didn't happen like that. Then afterwards, my dad came up to me. He said, "Oh, the inspector was right about the air conditioning or something like that, because it turned off when you were gone." I'm like, yeah, it turned off when I was gone. It turns off sometimes, but it doesn't turn off every time. You guys understand what I mean? And so, excuse me, guys, look at my nose so itchy. And my nose itchy because I've been crying. But anyway, it's just ridiculous. Oh, that's what set me off. That's what set me off, because I'm like, how do you live in this house and you don't know how cold it gets and how cold it stays, right? How do you not? Right, that's what set me off. But anyway, there's a few other arguments that happened after that. The next argument was about the first argument, and it's about something else. I said, "Dad, like, why do you keep coming against me about?" Oh, I remember. Another thing was saying, like, inspector was saying, "Oh, well, This is you two stay here, so I'm going to address you. And I'm like, I didn't appreciate that, because he should really address a homeowner, because the homeowner is the one that's taking the information and that remembers the information and that can make changes. So he's trying to address me, and I'm not the homeowner. I let the guy know straight up, I'm not the homeowner. I just live here, right? But this is where everything goes to shit. So anyway, because he kept addressing me, my dad sat up in the chair and he started sleeping. And I'm looking at my dad. I'm like, come on, Dad, wake up. Come on, pay attention to this guy in your house. Come on. And he just sitting up in his chair sleeping. So that means that whatever I tell him now will not be good, will not be useful, and will not be helpful, because he doesn't really believe me as much as he believes the inspector. You understand what I mean? So, yeah, he's doing that. And that's another issue I had a problem with. My dad's like, oh, well, you supposed to do it. You supposed to listen. You supposed to this. You supposed to that. I said, like, from now on, from every inspection, I'm not going to join, because it just seemed like it's just a lot of disrespect, you know? It's not a lot of disrespect. Why do you question me, but you don't question him? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Why do you believe him, but you don't believe me, and I live in this house? You understand? It's a lot of different stuff that happened at the same time. So tonight was the absolute kicker. I just decided to leave the house out of the night. So my dad got a carpet on the floor that's about 15, 16 years old that had the various amount of animals on it and all that stuff, right? It doesn't matter how much, right, I try to steam clean that carpet. It's still dirty. It's so dirty. It doesn't matter if vacuum clean, steam clean. It's a 15-year-old carpet that actually it has been exposed to mold in the wall and all that stuff. So no matter what, it's dirty. So I'm telling my dad straight up, because my dad had me staying in the room for like the bad part of 15 years. And part of the reason why I have such bad allergies right now. Yeah, on the carpet, living by that carpet, and it's dirty. And I had to move out of the room. I think I moved out of the room because I also was having nightmares. I was having real bad nightmares. And I don't know if the carpet was causing it. I don't think so, because I still had it afterwards until I stopped praying, right? Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's one of a few things why I had to move out of the room, because it's just so bad. Some of you guys are like, how does he let you stay living on the carpet like that? So anyway, I got an argument with him about that, and I got an argument with him about the water. The water in the house is so gross. Like, it's so gross. Like, if I were to take that water right now and touch my skin with it, my skin would break out. Like, the water is so bad at my house. Like, it's just bad. Like, my dad got dry skin all over him, and he got scabs. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, he got rashes all around his back of his neck like that. He got a rash on his arm. He got a rash on his face or whatever, right? It's bad. So what happened is that I'm telling my dad, like, okay, so you need a water filter. I told him this years ago, right? He still hasn't got a water filter at all. What I noticed is that, like, he actually waits for the government to tell him to do something. Because I've been begging my dad for a long time to even get the pool fixed. He didn't want to get the pool fixed at all. He didn't want to get the pool fixed. The only reason why he got the pool fixed was because the government, I'm guessing one of his neighbors reported him, and then he started feeling like he had to do something, because the government is now saying that if you don't fix the pool, you're going to get fined, right? You're going to get fined. So he fixed the pool because of that, right? It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. My dad got in an argument with me. The pool is now cloudy. And I tried to tell my dad, listen, the pool is not supposed to be cloudy like that. The pool guy did something wrong, right? I told him this the same day the pool guy was there. He said, oh, wait for a few hours, it's going to go away. I said, Dad, something's wrong. I waited for a few hours, nothing went away. I said, you know what? I'm going to wait for a day. I'm going to keep this pump on for like 15 hours and wait for a day. Keep the pump on 15 hours. I wait for a day. The pool is still cloudy. I said, Dad, this pool is cloudy. He argues at me. He says, nothing's wrong with the pool. He did everything right. He's real mad at me, and he argues at me. And the pool guy was shocking the pool, right? But something's wrong, because I never seen the pool look like that. My dad actually gets into a full-on argument with me. And then he's mad because I kept saying that he was sleeping yesterday. Right? He's sleeping. He even slept through the doctor's appointment. He's going back, but he even slept through his doctor's appointment, all of his doctor's appointment, about what surgery he's going to have on his body. And when he had the surgery on his body, did you know he was surprised? That's how bad his sleeping is. So You think somebody's understanding you, right? And you think if you look a person out, you think they understand you, but he didn't understand anything that was going on, right? Even after I repeated, even after the nurse repeated, even after the doctor repeated, he just. And so he didn't like the fact that I kept telling him he was sleeping yesterday. So, and that's the reason why he was mad at me today for the pool. And I said, there's something not right with that pool. The guy said, oh, that's weird. It's not supposed to do that. He had the pump running, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So even after a phone call, my dad still says there's nothing wrong with the pool. And I was just kind of just sad about that. He just can't come at me about like, oh, there's nothing wrong with the pool, nothing wrong. But I'm telling you, there's something wrong with it. It shouldn't be cloudy like that. So anyway, the pool guy comes over. He tests the water. Everything's good. I said, everything cannot be good because the pool is not supposed to be cloudy like that. My dad's like, oh, get in it. Get in the pool. Get in the pool. You can get in the pool. I'm like, I'm not getting in that. No. Why don't you get in the damn pool? That's why I asked him. It's ridiculous. I'm just sitting out here because I told my dad about basically the carpet, the old carpet, and I told my dad about the water that hurts my skin. And my dad's sitting in the bathroom. He's sitting in the bathroom reading the Bible like he always does. When I told him about it, and I told him I didn't like that, no, I didn't say it. I just told him about the issues that he's having in his house, and I told him that I was mad. I was mad at the fact that you let these issues go in your house, and you just keep all your money in your bank, and you just hog it. Because growing up, my dad always used to make an excuse, I don't have any money, I don't have any money, I don't have any money. But I have access to his bank now through online, and I find out that he has thousands of dollars. Like, he has altogether maybe $30,000. And I said that you have altogether maybe $30,000, but you cannot just do a basic maintenance on your house. Like, this is just something that's necessary to help somebody's health. You understand what I mean? To save somebody's life, really, because that stuff can actually cause cancer, right? And it just seemed like he just sitting on the stool ignoring me. He's just ignoring me. He's just sitting in the bathroom actually ignoring me. And I was like, I'm tired of this mess, man. I'm tired of this mess. I told my dad I'm leaving the house, and then he didn't say nothing. And so I'm out here. I just can't stand it, man. I just feel so sad about it. I remember when I was in the hospital, my dad didn't want to visit me. He didn't want to visit me at all. Then when he visited me and brought the clothes, I was so happy. But then my dad's like, he's sick, he get in a chair, he sits down and goes to sleep, and then he says I gotta leave. My dad's friends in the hospital, they sit up there and they talk the whole entire time, He want to visit them all the time. But when I was in the hospital, he didn't want to visit me at all. And my mom died very, very sick. My mom was actually having certain problems that's similar to my problems with the heart and all that stuff. She was having problems similar to mine. And I told my dad, when he was sitting in the bathroom, I told my dad, I don't want to die like my mom. I don't want to die like my mom. I don't want to sit in the chair and yell for pain. Yell in pain and yell for God to kill me like my mom did. My mom yelled for God to kill her. And I told my dad that as he was in the bathroom, and he said, I don't want to, are you going to talk to me all night? It's late. I'm going to call the police on you for keeping me up. I'm going to call the police on you for keeping me up and keeping me. I said, why would you call the police on me? I'm just talking to you. He said, I don't like the cursing. I said, Dad, I only cursed one time. And I cursed one time when I was actually walking in the room, so I don't even know if he heard me. But I said, Dad, why would you threaten to call the police on me? Like this. You see, the light is bright, but it shows concern for me and all that stuff, right? My dad didn't show any concern for me at all. I felt so sick. I wanted to throw up on the floor. I don't want to end up like my mom. I told my dad that if this keeps carrying on, I'm not going to live so long. I'm going to live a short life. And he didn't say anything, and so I just left. I mean, to be quite honest with you guys, if my mom was alive, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't visit me in the hospital either. But just because a person don't visit you doesn't mean they deserve to die so awfully. My mom was in so much pain. She refused to get help. My dad married her. He didn't even allow her to get help. He allowed her to sit up there in the chair all day. And he told me that he knew that she was sick. I don't understand. As a grown adult, how do you see somebody sick and suffering and you don't get them help? How do you see somebody sick and suffering? I remember when I was sick and suffering. He didn't give me any help. He walked out on me because he had to go to church. He did me the same way he did my mom. He left her there to get sick and die. I need to interview before I don't need to interview before I throw up because